National Football League. And the spotlight is on the Cardinals. Rocket-arm quarterback. It doesn't get a lot better than his last game, going over 500 yards. It's the Cardinals and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
That's complete right side to Komet. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And again, back to Komet. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Fields. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Cameron Thomas racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Deep to return is Cavante Turpin. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 8, they've got it first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Nwangu. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Third and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really difficult.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here.
Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a 1st quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Another run now for Nwangu. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a gain of 2 there. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere close to a first down.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Nwangu. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Cardinals at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Fields. Dancing to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coaches were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Cardinals. Puka Nacua. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Thomas, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Fields. And this one is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off it.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw is Fields. Short throw caught by Dulcich. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Taken in at the 22. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going to be taken in here by McClure. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They go play action here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now here comes Ayuk on a jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, that had to catch this defense by surprise. 4th and goal from that far back. I mean, I was thinking pass. Were you thinking pass, partner?
I certainly was, but to me, what a sign of a great coach who knows that he's in tune with his team, because sometimes you got to zig when people are expecting you to zag. He calls for the run there and expects them to execute, and they get it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Fields. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Fields. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now it's Fields. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin with an AFC South matchup in Indianapolis as Houston is in town. And it's the Texans who's got the lead in the second quarter. John Mechie, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Christian Kirk with 3 touchdown receptions. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Jets trying to finish that one off and claim victory. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Brandon, so many times we see
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play,
winds up a very good call there defensively. As that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 43. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Up the middle, Nwangu. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Steps away to his left. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The give is to McLaughlin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. But he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now It's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On play action, they'll throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Look down. Beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the 1st and goal.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
The run is Nwangu. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Nwangu. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough slide. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Nice little juke. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
Back now at Soldier Field. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 4. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. From the gun, here's Fields. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. That is caught. And he will have the Bears 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
37-yard line.
Fields now to throw. Open man is Connect, the tight end. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Throwing again is Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. McLaughlin bowling his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Fields trying to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a one-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground here in the Wagyu. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Straight ahead, here's Wagyu. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Wagyu. And able to get him inside inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it. And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling sequence that maybe the OC had in his head, that's got to change on the fly now.
On the give is Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Give left side here for Nwangu. And a short pickup here down around the line. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it, okay?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Cameron Thomas able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They'll come up now on 2nd down. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's brought down. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Back to throw, Fields. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. All eyes on Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Fighting to stay upright. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Fields. It throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
And one last throw here for Fields. And it's incomplete. They needed 8. They only got 6 here in the final seconds as the two-point conversion fails. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Arizona, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.